Good morning, everyone. This is Tuesday, September 5th, 2023. This will be day 5 of the Foothills through hike. I stayed here last night at the Bear Creek campsite, and I had my tent in this sandy spot here that would have flooded if it rained hard, but there was no rain. When you put up just directly on the dirt, the next day you have a whole lot more moisture and stuff on the bottom than if you were on a bed of leaves or something, I've noticed. But I use a mesh bag. This one's the one my cook pot goes in. And I use mesh because afterwards the dirt and all falls out real easy. And I do use a ground sheet for my tent. You can see all this dirt and water. And just take the mesh bag and knock it off. And then it doesn't get your tent and everything all nasty. And when you're finished, it's easy to shake the dirt off with mesh. So everybody carries a mesh bag. A bandana is harder to get everything off of the bandana unless you go wash it. Then you got to carry a wet bandana. So for you ultralighters, there you go. There's a tip. I don't know what the plan is for today. There's several campsites along Lake Toxaway, I think. There's a couple of lakes in this area, and I get them mixed up, but I'll let you know for sure before we get there. And today is also my wife's birthday, so I'm going to wish her a happy birthday. I don't know what she's doing yet. I hadn't had cell service yesterday afternoon at the top of the ridge, but have not had any. There's supposed to be some in about 3/4 of a mile. According to the far out app, there's Verizon cell service. And we're also about 3/4 of a mile from the halfway point. So if I'd hiked just a little bit further yesterday, I'd have been halfway done. But we'll get there today and see what all there is to see along the way today. First one on the trail. Spiders are going to be thick today. Hadn't been very far and I've already seen like a dozen. I have to walk down to just one trekking pole lake. Sometimes you can see the sun reflection. Let you know it's there. So my darn tough socks did not dry out. They're still damp. Well, a little more than damp. Went to put it on my feet. Whoop, spider web. Went to put them on my feet. My feet were just, it was a little too wet. As I noticed in the afternoon, as my feet have sweated through the day, is when I start to have like feeling like blisters or something might form. So I'm going to try Earl Schaefer's philosophy of the no socks today. And in the meantime, my pack's dry, socks on my pack are drying some more. So if I have problems in a few miles, I just stop and put the socks back on, no biggie. But I just didn't want my foot to be in a wet, stagnant, humid mess all day. It says I got cell service with Verizon up here. Not too much further. So let's see if we can get cell service with AT&T. These little guys. They're the nuisance every day. And if you don't see that guy, you're going to walk face first into his web. You might see the spider as it's hitting your eye or something. And that's the worst part about it. You know, like, the spider's on me now. Which they're not poisonous. But like anything, it gets on you, you move your arm, trap it, pinch it, it's gonna, react. But that's a byproduct of the time of year. Nothing I can do about it. Well, I made it to the horse pasture river. I don't know if it's showing up on the camera. Can you see all those fish in the water? They look like brim. There was two that looked like largemouth bass over here on the other side. They were probably about 2 foot long, but of course changed the battery in the camera and they're gone now. And the river up there looks typical, so I guess this is where the backflow from the dam downstream. It's definitely deep. It's still fairly clear. A lot of debris in the water. But my shorts are already soaking wet, so I'm probably going to at least wade in, wash the salt out of them, keep from getting chafed between now and the end of the day. I'm going to take a little snack break here and enjoy this spot. Crossing back over the river. I'm just sat on that big rock out of the water. Had lunch. Now I gotta climb the world's tallest staircase. Not exactly, but there's a lot of steps. Nothing to it but to do it, right? There's spiders on the way. Yeah, that's pretty tall. That's the bridge down there. And we got more stairs. So far, most of the stairs have been downhill, but guess it wouldn't be fair. Didn't have some stairs for both ways, right? And more stairs. They're just getting not as steep. This might make for a challenge. The footbridge survived the tree fall. The tree would probably be down here in this ditch if the railing wasn't here. Doesn't look as bad up close. I just didn't want to slip and fall that direction. It's an old suspension bridge. Spider web. Come on, where are all you cooked up at? Gee. Sorry about that. That's kind of cool. Must be close to a road, or once was. I don't see nobody packing all that stuff in here just to build a bridge for backpackers. But I could be wrong. I don't know the history of that bridge. It's a hot one today. I don't know how hot. I haven't had self-service since yesterday sometime. So my phone and watch has not updated itself. So it doesn't know the temperature. Gnats. I can't remember the name of the campsite. Just about probably another mile. I'm gonna stop and take a break there. It's 1:15. My shorts you could wring the sweat out of. So even though it's been like 3 miles since the horse pasture river break, I'm taking another one. We've reached the Bear Gap campsite. Nice slow down right here in the trail. Oop. Let go of me. 5.2 miles from where we started at 10 o'clock. It's 2 o'clock. Or we started at 9 o'clock. I don't remember. Did a lot of stopping though. Not a bad campsite though. Kind of like last night. Benches, fire pits, gnats, flies. And a creek. So I'm finally going to take a break here and evaluate the rest of the day. So stayed here at this campsite, filtered some water. I'm going to take a quart with me. I drank a quart. I put my socks out to dry, had sun beaming through in places, so put those back on. That little piece of blister, some 3M blister stuff I got when I was on the AT, was still in my first aid kit. Didn't stay in place. It shifted off my foot. I don't know, it used to stick good, but maybe it's old. And my poor thermarest. The tree will go, and I said, let go of me. It let go alright. And it already had a chunk missing there from Evergreen in New Hampshire. But I'll rip that chunk out, toss it in the trash. They're hopefully at the Toxaway campsites is where we're going to try to go. The 6 miles. This 324, so 900 foot elevation in that 6 mile. So I'm pretty sure we got it. Between now and dark, should get there about 6 o'clock, so I hope. The other may have trash can there. They said they had a toilet and all, so I'm not sure what all is there. But yeah, I've been thinking about possibly doing something different than using the thermarest under my air pad, but the more it gets tore up, the more likely that's going to happen, I reckon. We'll just see. It's always changing. Let's get the pack back on and get started back in the heat. And power line views. and some signage. There's supposed to be a power line trail too. Yeah, the Auger Hole Trail. Table Rock State Park, 32.5 miles. Oconee State Park, 43.7 miles. I don't know if their mileages and all is accurate because we just crossed the midway point this morning. But my brain ain't ready to do mathematical calculations, so I don't know. Entering Gorges State Park. All right. Camping designated areas only. That must be why they have the campground. Yep. On down the trail we'll go. I don't know what kind of mushroom growth that is exactly. It might be the chicken of the woods, but I don't know. I'm not familiar with it enough to know why I don't eat fungus. But it's still kind of cool anyway. There's our first view of the lake through the trees. I checked. We were a mile away, probably like 0.2 miles ago. And that's where, when I had looked and far out a mile ago, it said there was only 65 foot of ascent. And then I walked 0.7 miles and check, and it says I have 95 feet of ascent. Like, how did I get more ascent? So, I don't really know. I can't put so much thought into that. I say, it almost looks like a campsite down there. On that little knob. I don't see any trails going that way. Unless it's one for boaters. Access it from the lake. Dang spiders. I know, they're probably saying the same thing. Dang hikers. Put all that time and effort into their web. And here I'm going to come by and knock it down. Well, I'm sure if there was a way we could come to an agreement where the spiders could build their webs, hikers would be more than happy to not knock them down. Oh, that water's going to be nice. The water back at a horse pasture river there at the bridge. I took a lunch break. It was nice and warm. I didn't get in it because a pontoon boat brought another boat up. They stayed not too far away, so I just ate my snack and moved on. So this water down here should be good. That's what I'm talking about. Get off my beer, spider. Be so glad to be done with these spiders for the day. Oh. A little muddy right here when the boat stirred it up. Foothills Trail, Duke Energy, North Carolina Parks and Recreation, Cane Break Trail access. Oh. It's a nice lake. Okay, let's go find camp. Whitewater Falls, 19.3 miles. Seems like we were there just yesterday. We were there just yesterday. Coney State Park, 48 miles. Table Rock State Park, 27.8. Whew. Almost there. Oh. So this is another creek that runs into the lake. The lake's right down there. I ran into a lady coming across that suspension bridge that I thru hiked a few years ago. They come in on a boat, and she's telling me all about their hike. That was kind of cool. Well, looks like we've made it to the camp spot, so let's see what's available tonight. Well, made it to camp. This will be home for the night. Another site over there. All the ones by the lake, except for the one so far down, was taken, so I decided to come over here. I got the creek and then the lake over there. Best of both worlds, right? And maybe less bugs. I don't know. We'll see about that too.